The great author Barbara Kingsolver said that salamanders are bodies of creekness, built for this creek in the same way that an elephant is built for the plains of the Serengeti. For me, there's no better metaphor, no better ambassador for clean, healthy streams. I'm JJ Apodaca. I'm the Executive Director for the Amphibian and Reptile Conservancy. This one's gonna be tougher because he's in a crevice. Ah. Oh, I got him. So this is the eastern hellbender, Cryptobranchus alleghaniensis. When we find healthy hellbenders in these streams, it's really, not to be cliche, but they're the canaries in the coal mine. They're so sensitive to water pollution and siltation. It means that this is a healthy area. It means it's a healthy watershed. And, ultimately that this ecosystem is what we want it to be. Amphibian and Reptile Conservancy is a nonprofit organization, and we're dedicated to conserving amphibians and reptiles in the United States and the habitats that they need, right, to survive and to thrive. One of our strategies is to focus on the best places where we can make an impact. We call those PARCAs, Priority Amphibian and Reptile Conservation Areas. The idea behind it is these are the last best places where there's either high amounts of endangered species or an incredible number of frogs or toads or turtles. Areas that are really important nationwide for amphibian and reptile conservation. We find PARCAs all across the country in all different habitat types, right? Because amphibians and reptiles are an important part of almost every ecosystem. When we have prioritized these areas that are important, that allows us to go in and do the things that need to get done to recover those populations and those species. And it largely breaks down into three main steps of figuring out where exactly the species are, figuring out what we need to do to save them. And then, of course, the third part is actually doing something. That's the part that we love to get to, right? Restoring habitat and protecting turtle eggs and all the things that are on the ground that is what really needs to happen. I like to think of this as conservation is such a difficult problem, right? And the reason is there's two scales. We see these large scale plans that don't get implemented at the ground level. And then we have local efforts that don't make an impact because they're not coordinated. And that's what ARC is doing. That's what we're doing with these PARCAs, is combining those two levels, right? Where we have a national level strategy and local implementation that complements.
Yes, I see some.
Yeah, you're moving around. How many do you see in there? My son's 6 years old, and we've raised him in the woods and camping and hiking, and he loves it. And this is 5 over here.
So 200.
So next time we catch this guy, we'll know exactly how big he was, when he was born. When I see my son light up, it reminds me of how important it is for us as people to be connected to the natural world and to just have those opportunities to interact with turtles and to catch a lizard or to find a snake under a log. We often talk about how important it is to conserve our environment for the next generation. But at the same time, we need to be providing a world where they can learn to appreciate the environment and value it. This generation isn't gonna want to conserve the environment if they haven't been a part of it. You only value and work to protect what you love. At ARC, all of us, every member of ARC is completely dedicated to amphibian and reptile conservation. This is our passion. This is what we do. I hope that when we restore a bog or help to restore a stream, that that's that way for a long time and that these populations can recover. But I think beyond that, I hope that the techniques we're developing at ARC, that the approach we have and is the legacy, is that we show the next generation that we can make a difference and that we can conserve the environment. Amphibian and reptile conservation is planet protection, and we could really use your help.